Hey guys, welcome to Tina Talks, where I just talk about it. Hey y'all, my God. So today I was sent to look back through all my journals. I have like 6 or 7 journals. Just look back through and highlight and write, on another sheet all of my promises and direction that I've received directly from God, not from prophecy, not from people, like directly from God, which I highlight in my journals. So I'm in the midst of writing that, and I'm going through one. And this was about a year ago to the date, maybe a little less. And sometimes God speaks to me in parables. He loves doing that in my life. He's been doing that for a couple years now. He'll show me something, he'll bring me somewhere, and he'll teach me something through an object or just through the setting or the environment. So anyway, this was part of that. I was at a conference last year, and it was about building, seeking God, becoming stronger in God or whatnot. But one of those days, God brought me to a window. He's like, go to this window and look out. So we're upstairs now. So we're on the window, and then I see a ledge. And, from where the room was, there was like a ledge right outside the window. And it had been raining, so there was water. And then I see a brick in the middle of the water. Nothing else attached to the brick, which was really odd. It was just a brick that had seemingly come from something else because it had like some cement on it. It was broken off of something, but it was just sitting on this ledge by itself in this water. And just back reading my notes, it's like God was telling me, hey, that brick that stands alone in the water, that's you. Like it's saturated in water, saturated in God, the living word, That's what he gave me the analogy to. It's like, this is you. This brick is you. You're standing alone in this season, which I did this year, y'all. I have spent so much time alone. I didn't even start really connecting back with people until like this last quarter of this year. So God was like, you're this brick, alone. This brick can be used for damage. But when it's bonded together with other bricks, it provides shelter and protection. And he was telling me that I should be joined with these other bricks. Okay, these other bricks. So now it makes more sense to me. As he was speaking, I wrote this, but now it makes more sense. He's talking about, other kingdom builders, other people in the kingdom. He says that I should be joined with them. He said today was a part of that journey. And that really was a day that I stepped out when I started detaching myself from what was. Just like that brick was once bonded together, with other bricks, with cement, because it had cement on it, but it was broken off. It was broken apart. It was separated, from those other bricks. And that was like the reflection of my life. He's like, you see the cement is hard, it's rigid, and it needs, when you're mixing cement, you need water to soften it so it can bond with other bricks when it dries. And then he gave me the analogy again. He's like, look, you're that brick, all these little pieces, this residue that's on you, the cement, you're going to spend 2020 chipping away at these little pieces, because in order for you to stick with other believers, with other people in the kingdom, you're going to need that solid foundation. You're going to need that flat foundation. So as he chipping these loose little pieces of cement that I was once attached to, chipping it off of me this year, at the same time, he was preparing the new cement. He was preparing that, adding water to me, adding that word to me. I spent so much time this year just in the word, just getting in the word. And he's like, he preparing me to get stuck with these other bricks. And it's just amazing because it's been almost a year now. And now it's like God's telling me I have been sheltered in this place. COVID also caused that. And I just thank God for it. And it caused me to go inward. It caused me to really get into my word. It caused me to really seek him. It caused me to really, continue on what he had already started in me. And I just thank him for that. But he was preparing me, getting that word in me so that I can stick with these other bricks that's going to provide the shelter and protection, for others. He said, you're called for a higher purpose. through this parable. He's like, you call for a higher purpose. He said that water is necessary to soften your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul. Like, it's softening. You don't need to be rigid and you chip that away. You smooth. God gonna put a smooth surface in me, and then when I stick with others, it's gonna be solid. It's gonna be anchored. When it dries. When it all dries up. See, right now, this year he was mixing, and now I see him adding. Now he's adding the bricks. See, he done chipped all these little old pieces off me. He got this soft cement ready to spread. He's spreading it across me because I got that word in me, and mixing it all up. Now I'm able to stick with the people in the kingdom that he called me to. And I noticed, like, in this, like I said, this last quarter, this last third of this year or so, like, he's been starting to attach me just to certain people. It's like he's really like replaced that old with the new. That's why Isaiah 43:18-19 really stood out to me. This was my verse this year, y'all. Oh my God, this is my verse. God says, forget the things that are past. Don't even focus on it. Like, I'm doing a new thing. Watch it spring forth. And it's amazing because it literally springs forth. It literally happens right before your eyes. It's just boom. You into it, you in the groove, and all of a sudden you realize, oh my God, how far he's brought you from. So that's just powerful to me. He said he will provide, ways, paths in the wilderness. He will provide, rivers or streams in the desert, so it's not like, oh, hey, you're not going to be in this wilderness period, because I was, but he provided this path that I kept walking on. Though all the confusion, what should I do next? He provided this path for me, and now I understand it. Literally not until this month, and I think it was November 1st, not until this month, I was able to fully let go. Fully let go. Now, I was saying I was letting go, and I was wanting to let go. I was saying it with my mouth, and my heart didn't match, but I fully have let go. And like I declared like a week or so ago, this is going to be the best 2 months of my life, November, December. You know why? Because he broke something in me. Through the sermons I've been watching, through the people I've been connecting with, he broke something in me. And it's like I have this new life, this new desire, this new drive to continue to live out in faith consistently. Not just little moments of faith, like to consistently live out my life in faith with my finances, with my, with all provision, with my health, everything. Just consider it not, Stephanie Ike, man, my God, this is amazing because something about Stephanie, I knew I was connected to her. This is my second Tina Talks, and literally I had a dream last night, or a vision last night in my sleep, God, like, of Stephanie, like, watch Stephanie. So when I, looked her up today, God gave me a word through one of her messages, which was like a month ago. And my God, it was just right on par. The name of it is What Does God Say? So I suggest y'all go and listen to it. I've been sharing it with people. It's amazing. But, oh my gosh, and now that's why I said I was going through my journals looking at, hey, what does God say? Because like my faith has been just transformed so much and strengthened so much. My strength comes from him, y'all. It's not me. It's a decision that I made to let him carry on in me through his strength that I live. I walk in faith through him. That's why it's like, she said in the sermon, like, you have faith in these things. You say that this is what God say, but it's really what you say. Because what God, faith comes from hearing, and hearing from the word of God. This is not just what you desire. This is what you directly hear from God. So I'm changing my focus. Like she said, when, Peter was watching God on the water, he's like, oh, bid me to come out, Lord, if that's you. God said, come on. Jesus said, come on. He came from the water. He was good. But when he started looking at his surroundings and focusing, losing his focus on God, what happened? He started sinking. He needed help from God. We have to focus on God. Boom, boom, God. You know what I'm saying? Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. That's it. There's no other way. There's no other way. So it was just so good to me to run into this parable. And it just, oh my God. Hey, oh my God. It just was so, it was just such a blessing to me, y'all. And now it's like he's anchoring me. It's like I'm living in this faith. I'm walking in this faith. I'm not worrying about, like she said in the word, like, I'm not worrying about, I'm not consider not what you have. Don't consider what you don't have. You know, like Abraham, he stopped considering the fact that he was old. He stopped considering the fact that his wife was barren. He like, no, like I'm accepting this promise that you told me I'm gonna have a child, and I'm accepting what God promises. He told me that he is, gonna present to me an opportunity that is gonna change the direction of my life. And I'm living in that. That means like, yeah, it hasn't been presented to me. I don't know exactly what it is, but I have faith that it will come. And I'm not finna sit up here and live off of, balance my checkbook and off of what is, looking at what is, because what is, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, it's gonna run out soon. I'm just being real, just a little transparency. It's about, it's gonna run out soon in the worldly eyes. Ooh, in the worldly eyes. Let me change my my language, my tongue. But God said I'm never going to run out. God said it's going to be a continual flow. This is from him. Not just people that's prophesied to me. God told me this directly. This is not going to run out. I'm going to keep providing for you. All you got to do is follow me. Every morning I wake up, God, give me direction. What I'm doing with my day. And yeah, they have some days that I get distracted. But guess what? I get right back on track. Because I'm not playing with it. I just want everything he has for me. It's not about the financial blessings. It's just about the richness of him. It's that peace that comes that no man can take away, like the peace that he gives, and that's what I'm on a journey in, staying consistently in. But he like I said, he's preparing me. The cement is the connection, and he was like, when you see that brick, he's like, it was once connected to something else, but it's been separated, and now we're connected to a new foundation, new people, and I see him doing that in my life. So this is actually a parable and a promise that's actually come true. So I'm just excited about it to share it with y'all. More to come. I felt inclined to share this today. So I hope it blesses someone.